Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare your ear holes for the best wrestling podcast, the hard-hitting wrestling show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. Of course, I'm your boy, Ovi Muniz, with my boys, also Hector V, Big Jason, Frank Cuesta. Guys, thank you for coming on to the show. Hey, Survivor Series is this weekend. But before we talk about that, look, we're going to briefly talk about The Undertaker as WWE will honor him this Sunday. This is where he started his career and how his career, just launched 30 years later. Also, hey, Zelina Vega no longer with the WWE. So there's some rumors out there on the cause. A lot was written in the hhwshow.com. So if you missed it, go ahead and check that out. And then we're just going to recap all the matches that's happening in the Survivor Series. That's right. The Survivor Series this Sunday at the WWE Network. Couple of locked matches, but at the same time, Team SmackDown and Team Raw, nothing's really set yet on the roster finalization, especially on SmackDown. But we're going to cover that. But first, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Yes, The Undertaker. Celebrating this Sunday his retirement, but is he really going to retire, Frank? Do you think he's going to retire?
I don't think so. I think we're going to see him part-time.
Uh-oh. That's it right there.
That's the dead man. That's the dead man, baby.
The wrong type of bells.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think we'll see him on a part-time basis, here and there. I don't think he's retired just yet.
Interesting note. But Hector, you had something else that could sneak our way, and what's that?
Yeah, I just want to kind of throw it out there. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And 30 years, over 3 decades of Survivor Series, this man has an outstanding record there. What if we was to see him appear this Sunday like he did the start of 30 years ago and join Team SmackDown? That'd be wild.
You're right. There's only one slot left for the men's Team SmackDown. And for him to take that slot, you know what? That could be a possibility. I'll tell you what, if it doesn't happen this Friday on SmackDown and not know, then I will definitely believe you. But I still have a gut feeling that's not going to happen. There's rumors speculating that one of Undertaker's best friends for the time that he was an American Badass will appear. We'll hold that thought on another note on that one. Also, there's actually a few guests that's going to be on the show and dedicating the Undertaker's retirement. Also, rumors are speculating that the Undertaker may accept something, a side role to where he's helping out the youths, especially at the Performance Center, to build them up, being ready for the main roster. So who knows what can happen? Again, the Performance Center is in Florida. He does live in Texas. The distance could be an issue. Who knows? But Jace, The Undertaker, what's your view on this?
I'm just excited. I know that this is not it. If this is his farewell, it's going to end up in a match. If it's not, it's going to end up to something bigger and maybe like a WrestleMania actual farewell. And the only name that I want to see is if he does end up having a match, is The Fiend. That's the only person I will accept him taking on is The Fiend.
It's just so much is going on now. I feel like the tables turn. We were talking about so much about SmackDown every Friday, how it's so good, how I can't wait for the following week. Now We got Raw doing the same thing because the Fiend, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go after Randy Orton? I mean, the storyline was built there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you got Bray Wyatt who wrestled the Miz on Monday because Miz's attitude. I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. But hey, more about that later. But what I like to talk about is breaking news that happened this week. Zelina Vega was released from the WWE. Was shocking. It's like the shot heard around the world. Like people were surprised that she was let go. And again, if you saw the HSWShow.com, a little small article about Zelina Vega, she had commented after her release that she believes in the union and the fact that there was a big change in the WWE to where they're now controlling Twitch and they're controlling a lot of social media outlets. And my question is this a good thing or a bad thing for WWE to be in control of all the social media stuff?
I don't know, because didn't she get terminated for breaching her contract? You know, she went against the contract that she did something that she wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place. I mean, if she's going to go ahead and do something, then, you know, either finish out your contract and go on and do what you was going to do instead of just doing it while you're under contract, knowing the consequences that are going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, going back to that question, I don't know. I mean, to me, that's just micromanaging everything that superstars do, you know. And so I don't agree with that. You know, let them have some kind of life outside of the WWE. But yeah, it's just my opinion.
Well, I got a feeling about this. Look, if I'm running a business and I'm making you famous with that name, Zelina Vega, right? And you're gonna go out and make how you say it, an account on Twitch with Zelina Vega, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, you make it a lot more money or maybe equivalent or so. Shouldn't WWE make profit?
Yeah, they could make a if you're going to do that, then yeah, if you're going to allow them to do that, put it in the contract of theirs, the way they get a percentage of that.
But this goes, like, I get what you're saying, Ovi, but this is more than that, because there are a bunch of wrestlers as of this quarantine have taken over Twitch. There's a lot joining Twitch, and they're getting good viewers, but none of them are using their actual names. Xavier Woods has been going by Creed for the longest time, ever since he did his YouTube. It's ridiculous. They're independent contractors, so what they do in their spare time, I get a little bit them using the name, but still, what you're doing in your spare time, that's not impeding your work on your contract to do to the WWE. It isn't like people are calling out for matches to go play video games. They're still going performing in the ring, and if they want to go on, take their spare time, play video games, and make a little bit of money, because wrestlers don't make as much money as you think and as they should. It's ridiculous. And like, even before this, as wrestlers have to make their own transportation to get from place to place. I know it's not a problem now with the whole COVID and quarantine stuff, but from that and now to take another scoop out of a wrestler's independence and what they can do outside the ring, that's ridiculous. WWE, like, unions or whatever, I don't know. I don't know enough about unions to give an actual statement about that, because I know she said she was for unions. But if you can't just keep taking from your wrestlers. What they do in the ring should be what you pay them for, not what they do outside the ring.
But they're also a representation to the WWE. You see what I'm saying? What you do and what you don't do, no matter what the circumstances are, you're still representing the product.
All right, and they're still representing them well, but they're just not using their name. I don't know why. So if they go into a bar, if they go into the restaurant, WWE should have to take a little bit of that or something. Take a chicken nugget from them, because that's them representing them.
No, the thing is that WWE represents the wrestler, right? Whatever they do outside the ring, it's still a representation of WWE. And we could use the reference with Alberto Del Rio, right? He did something stupid, all right? You know, whatever the story was in Orlando, he got in a fight with the girl came back, whatever. Okay, he did something stupid. You know what? He's still part of the WWE. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so is the WWE going to allow this guy to do this? Bring him in. When you have your own personal accounts, your Twitch, your Twitter, whatever it is, right? When you start saying stupid crap, all right, you're still representing WWE because unfortunately that's your employee. You know, whether you're on the clock, whether you're off the clock. So that, you know, now if they use the WWE name, WWE needs to go ahead and get a profit out of that.
Of course,
That's
because
what we make
WWE
it.
itself is a copyright. Absolutely. But, you know,
Okay.
and I totally understand. And, you know, I feel the pain because then let's turn it around. You have the AEW, okay? A lot of people are already posting flyers and ads of Selena Vega being the member of AEW. And that's also maybe put a lot of pressure on Aleister Black, which is her real husband. So, and we haven't seen him much on television either. He wanted to go back to NXT, but he was declined for that request. So I feel like we know Zelina is gone, but I still feel like Aleister Black is being disgruntled about the whole situation. Could he be next to be released?
I think so. I mean, you know, they're gonna release his wife. You know, why even hang around? You know, because they may be trying to target him next for something, try to nitpick or whatever. You know, so you know, and then of course, you know, you got a request to go down to NXT, but you're being denied. But yet, somebody like Finn Balor can get a request to go down to NXT, get accepted, become champion. You know, so yeah, I wouldn't. Me personally, if I was in that situation, like sayonara, I don't want to deal with this.
Absolutely. And if you get called up on the roster, you were fast tracking, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you know, stale. That's pretty much because they got no use for you. So why you're being stuck? Or is there something else that they got to do? But as far as for AEW, they allowed their superstars to expand more. They're going to different independent promotions, and yet they still come back. I mean, we saw it at the beginning before all these belts were being published that they were defending other promotion belts and stuff like that. So I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it's more of like Jay said. I mean, the superstars sacrifice more. You know, not only that they're risking their body and everything else on a daily basis and stuff, but to be able to travel to make it from point A to point B, whether it's by air or on the road, and yet you can't do something on the side. You know, I'm sure it'll be a different scenario if they were traveling and everything was normal, because then they probably won't have time to be doing the Twitch and stuff like that. But I also feel like for WWE, it's all about the money. We're losing money because we're not traveling. We're not making money from the arenas. We have to start doing. We need to start making other types of profit. That's my belief. But I don't think that this here is going to be settled. I think there's still more to this that they're not talking about, and sooner or later we're going to find out the truth of the whole entire story. But hey, we're moving on to the next one. Thanks for the beep and the horn. Pretty good. Survivor Series is happening this Sunday, as I mentioned earlier on the beginning of the show. This is Team SmackDown.
Raw.
Keith Lee. I'm sorry, you're right. Team Raw. Team Raw consists of Keith Lee, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Riddle, and Braun Strowman. AJ Styles actually had me a believer that he is the true captain of the team. And what he has said on Monday Night Raw made a lot of sense. Yes, these superstars got a lot of egos. They got, you know, these muscle madness and everything else. These guys are probably the toughest out of the WWE brand itself, you know. But how can you make it to where they all get along for one match? you know, and AJ Styles is trying his best to do what he got to do, and I think he almost got there yesterday. Do you agree, Hector?
Yeah, I mean, this is a different AJ Styles that we've seen in quite some time. You know, just being the peacemaker and trying to control the situation, which I totally get it. Somebody got to, and he's actually keeping a level-headed, you know, amongst everybody else. And I think he's doing a pretty good job, a phenomenal job at that, honestly.
All right. Hey, are you with it, Jace, with this code names?
Oh yeah, dude, I'm all in on the code names, especially Dopey and Fireface. Those are my favorite.
Look, these guys actually battle against Retribution and stuff like that. But I got a feeling that these guys are going to win this Sunday, regardless of who's in the Team SmackDown roster. You know, I mean, because look at them, they're going against the Messiah, which we don't even know the whole background of Seth Rollins. The truth is that Seth Rollins will be taking a break because Becky Lynch will be giving birth in the month of December, and I think maybe this pay-per-view will be the last unless they do an audible and somehow the event could be what? Last man standing, disqualification match, non-disqualification match, something that say, you know what, Murphy will take his spot. But besides that, we got Jey Uso, King Corbin, and Kevin Owens. Which other superstar could complete this team right now?
You know, I think for me personally, it would be Murphy because of Seth Rollins. You know, he told Aaliyah, you know, trust me, you know, he knows what he's doing. So there got to be something there for me with these two because there's unfinished business between them two.
Well, he did say trust me, and during the match with him and Mysterio, Murphy did get involved, hit him with the chair.
Yeah.
You know, did his maneuver and then left, and then now he's being accepted to the Rey Mysterio's family. Jace, who do you have?
Well, I mean, Hector mentioned this a little bit on the pre-show, but with Raw, it seems like they are all the faces. So why not just add another heel to SmackDown and have Kevin Owens be all by himself? And I think Lars Sullivan, I've been saying it the past couple weeks, Lars Sullivan, I just want to see Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman stare down in the middle of the ring. That'd just be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I know it, man. My pick is Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan will come because I think that there's going to be something happening in the near future that Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns is in the works for the WWE Championship. Again, that's on me. Another person that I thought of, I thought about Murphy, but that would be out of control. That would be a mess. But Jey Uso and King Corbin have no beef with one another. You know what I'm saying? King Corbin and Kevin Owens, they might have some disagreements, but they never had any hardcore beef with one another.
But Kevin Owens got beef with all three of them.
Well, as of late with Jey Uso, but
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, of course, I mean, he is what the tweener out of everything, really.
He's the outcast.
But what I'm surprised is that I don't see Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't see Cesaro. I don't even see Otis. You know what I'm saying? Otis is the main attraction. Why not put him in Team SmackDown?
Yeah.
You know what you got there, Frank?
You know what? I think it's going to be like we were talking about earlier. Taker might take that spot. You know, it's about how you finish. I think Hector said
he's
something
already
like that.
finished, man. I thought the movie
Yeah.
tribute to AJ Styles. Unless, you know what, you got a point. Because WrestleMania, Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Well, not to say that AJ Styles, who's supposed to be the captain, walks away. Just saying. Remember Money in the Bank? Got into the room and then he got scared. I'm just saying. I mean, that would be hilarious. But if it's not him, the one superstar that we haven't mentioned that's been in the picture is Big E.
Yeah.
All right. So what's not to say? There's just so many stuff that could happen with that. But hey, we'll find out exactly this Friday, hopefully, and then Sunday during our kickoff show, we'll determine who is going to be the winner between the men's side, Team Raw or Team SmackDown. Also, the women's side, really question on the whole point of Lana. I don't know. But these ladies, they're fully stacked. The only thing that's not stacked is the Team SmackDown right here. So we have Ruby Riott, we have Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. Who are the other two superstars that you think, Hector, could fill in this slot?
Man, it could be anybody, honestly. Natalia, you know what I'm saying? I know she's been whining and crying about things, you know what I'm saying, that she automatically should be put in a spot, but I think she's going to wiggle her way in here somehow. You know, I think she's going to be one of the main ones. As far as another one, look at the Iconics. They split up, right? You got one on one side, and we can have the other on the other side just to make things a little interesting,
I like that. I absolutely do.
I mean, I kind of agree when Jace, kind of brought that up. I think that could be a possibility there. We could see an iconic moment at Survivor Series.
The Iconics also have beef with the tag team champions, right?
Yeah.
So why not have that right? I think that's a good feud right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you got, Jace?
I got the same as Hector. I mean, the pool in SmackDown is very, very shallow, and I think those are the two best competitors. If not, maybe since Bayley has lost her title. I mean, lost her attempt at the title. She might find her way in there, but as of right now, I think the front runners are what Hector said, Natalia and
Billy Kay.
And Billy Kay. Yeah.
All right. Frank, you got any input or do you agree?
I think Natalia's for sure. She's been trying to get in. The fifth one, I took a complete toss-up. But you know what? Who's to say that maybe the Queen doesn't make a comeback?
Oh.
Well, she was drafted to Raw, so I'm here to say no.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You were drafted to Raw, then all right. Then forget that.
hold on for a second. She might have been drafted, but then last week we saw Chelsea Green, who was never drafted, but now she's not going to be in the picture because she injured herself during the match. So she's out of the question. But we also have Bayley, former SmackDown champion. She could be in it, right? But then we're looking at this roster here, right? I said, what makes sense? If Billy Kay was to be in there, why not Tamina? Tamina's on the SmackDown roster.
True.
Her and
you know?
that could be a good matchup again.
And for Billy Kay's the weakest link in the Team SmackDown going against the weakest link of Lana. Just saying, that's a perfect scenario right there. So
Wait, where did all this Lana diss come from? Because a couple weeks ago you were saying she's gonna win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, Lana's in the picture. She's in the team.
All right, but why you?
Lana
dissing
is
her
the
now?
weakest link of that team. Yes.
All right, but a
Well,
couple
then
weeks ago
Billy
you were
Kay-
saying she was
Billy
gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Well, we're not talking about the Royal Rumble. We're talking about the Survivor Series. Come on now. Where you coming with this? Are you all right?
I know.
You're
I'm
right there,
saying,
buddy.
You were hyping up Lana, and now all of a sudden she's the weakest link.
Wait, but we're not even talking about predictions yet. We're just talking about the roster. Come on, man. Hang there with me, man. Come on.
Hey, listen, look. They've made Lana the weakest link, right? They keep on beating the crap out of her week after week. I mean, poor woman, dude. I could never stand her before. Now I feel bad for the woman. I'm like, damn, Lana, what happened?
Yeah, that means
You
you're
know?
a sucker. That's what it means.
Maybe it's the
Yeah.
blonde hair. The blonde hair.
I mean, how many tables they're going to set up for her to go through? I mean,
The same way R-Truth won all those championships.
He's like a 40-something time champion now.
I think it's 44, 45.
All
Something
right, big ups to Tyler Bard. our former host of the show. He's doing good things with Crossum Wrestling Entertainment. But
WWE's better though.
WWE is definitely better because those guys that couldn't hang with WWE, they went to AEW. Absolutely. You know he's fired up right now. Like
Oh wait.
some of them.
So that means that nothing. Forget it.
All right, he know already. Other matches here we can actually predict here right now is that we have Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Both champions going at it. Who wins?
Yeah, I don't think this is as easy as you think it could be. I mean, now that Sasha Banks is champion, you know, she can have a little fire going up underneath her, you know what I'm saying, and could surprise people and just upset Asuka. She could upset her.
Oh, whoa. Asuka is already upset. Because she did lose the title. And guess what happened? Just saying, man. Just saying.
So it's not as easy as we think, you know, as far as an easy pick.
It's an easy pick.
Really? You
Don't bring that Dr. Pepper stuff and then we got to go to court.
No,
I know. Honestly, I don't think why would you look? Sasha Banks hasn't beaten Asuka fair and square, and if you have them one-on-one, there's got to be something that has happened. Look, Asuka doesn't even have. Let me start all over. Asuka has been
Yeah, you do
dominant
that.
against Sasha Banks. Okay, one-on-one and haven't beaten her, and if you add in the distraction, then yes. However, being at Survivor Series, being that Asuka really doesn't have an opponent for the future, maybe somebody could be a surprise and ruin it for Asuka once again. So I can understand that. But for Sasha Banks, she better watch out because Carmelo is behind her every step of the way. Just saying.
Yeah, it can go both ways. Yeah,
But I still got Asuka all over her. So you saying that Sasha Banks is going to win, Hector?
No, I'm going to go with Asuka, but I'm just saying that we cannot take this match lightly just because Banks does not have any success against Asuka unless she has help, because she got the belt now fair and square. She defended it legitly and won, you know, so she's breaking curses here. So it could be another curse that if she pulls out an upset, let's not be surprised because we could see a whole different Banks here. But I am going with Asuka. But I'm not going to be mad if Banks does win this match.
Jace, Jared Jones from Facebook has a question for you.
Okay.
And he says, how would Asuka going to win?
Asuka's not going to win because I'm going with Sasha Banks. She's been getting over hurdles left and right here, and with Bailey, she's breaking the curse because everyone thought she was going to lose the belt, but she didn't. I think she gets over this hurdle that is Asuka clean and by herself. She gets the win, and this is going to be Sasha's first real title reign, and it's going to be a long one.
The title ring is one thing. The titles are not even being defended.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
So,
but she's going to get over that hurdle of Asuka. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Fair enough. Frank, who you got?
I agree with Chase. All right, I'm going with my girl with the blue hair, baby.
That's
You
why
know,
it's blue.
Thanks.
That's why it's blue.
We'll see about that.
Blue, you lose.
Blue, you lose.
I could say something else, but I keep it PG.
Yeah, Blues Clues.
All right, but my favorite match that I think is going to steal the show right now is the tag team division. We have the New Day versus the Street Profits. Now, I have a feeling that the Street Profits are little by little converting to be heel. If you notice that attitude that they have every week, especially their promos, especially last Friday on SmackDown, they were pretty much, they were joking around. But once Big E left to the side, they were pissed off. And you see their attitude almost changing. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed that yet, but their attitude, they like to make fun of people, but then when they getting made fun of, they're not liking that so much. That reminds me of some people that I know. Just saying. Woo.
Woo! Woo!
But the bottom is the New Day beat the Hurt Business, which was the best team to win. And now they're going to be on the forefront. 2-on-2. Who you got, Hector?
This is a really tough pick. You got to give the experience to New Day, okay? But I think this is an evenly matched tag team bout that we're going to see. I am going to lean towards to the Street Profits. I think the torch is going to be passed on. I think Big E is going to be the difference maker. He's going to show up, and something is going to happen to where he's going to be a distraction, and it's not going to be favored towards the New Day. And I think the Street Profits will take advantage, and then we may see a turn. But I think the Street Profits are going to win that match, taking nothing away from the New Day. But they have nothing more to prove, and I think the Street Profits have a lot to prove. And winning this match will set them on another bar as tag team champions because they haven't really beaten anybody worth, mentioning.
Yeah. Well, I disagree with you, Hector. I'm going for the New Day here. They're going to get the win. They're going to legitimize that 10 title reign with that win over the Street Profits. And this is going to be the low for the Street Profits. They haven't really felt what it's like to lose. And I think they're going to lose badly. And I think that is what's going to turn them heel. They're going to realize that we aren't like that. Making the laughs and the jokes is not what is not how to win. And they're going to turn heel, take everything seriously, and become badass. So I think the New Day gets it done, and we do see that flip from the Street Profits, which I would be interested in seeing.
Frank?
What are you talking about? Legitimize their 10 time. What are you talking about there? They got to legitimize against another championship team?
No, so they could actually win the tag team championship because they just traded it off, and now they're going to actually win it.
They're not winning anything. There's no titles at stake. Just because they beat them, let me tell you something, buddy. They're not going to do that. The Street Profits are going to go ahead, beat the New Day. I like the New Day. The New Day has the experience, right? New Day's been 10-time champions, right? Street Profits have more to prove than what the New Day do. Street Profits are going to come back, or they're going to go at it harder than what the New Day is going to do it.
So you're picking the Street Profits?
Of course I'm picking the Street Profits.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now. The New Day, whether you want to say 9 or 10-time champions, okay, they just finished off the Hurt Business. They put them in place to remind everybody that the New Day is the best tag teams of all time, okay? Going against the Street Profits where they have a shady resume as being a tag team champion. Y'all must have forgot that they were always being defeated over the Viking Raiders. How many times did it take for them to beat the Viking Raiders? Okay? And then all of a sudden they were best friends and created this new
Street Profits.
The new
Viking
whatever.
Profits.
But I'm telling you, they haven't really defended anything. Now, Andrade and Angel Garza, which in reality, Angel Garza did get hurt. And the fact that they were supposed to win the tag team titles, we would have seen a difference there. But not so much now, not anymore. No, I give props to the Street Profits for what they've done. But that Red Cup, by the end of the Survivor Series, under that match, that shit's going to be empty. I guaranteed. All right? So the New Day will definitely defeat the Street Profits. That's right.
Nah.
New Day? But also, Big E might be in there. But I don't think Big E is going to do anything. He's always been defending the New Day from the beginning. It's not like he was being persuaded because the Street Profits are here and there. I don't think he will ever turn his back on the New Day.
Not that he turns his back on them, but he's focusing on the Street Profits, getting himself into trouble to where the New Day have to bail him out, distracting themselves to where the Street Profits take advantage of that, thus turning heel. Because you notice they've been bumping at it, Big E and the Street Profits. So it's like he wants to go support his boys, knowing that he's on a different brand, he's going to get them. He's going to get them hurt. He's
Yeah,
going.
but that's the whole thing. The New Day is gonna beat them. Then we're gonna go on SmackDown, and then Big E's gonna rub it in their face like, "Yeah, the New Day," you know.
No, Big E's
Day
gonna-
rocks, and then the Street Profits gonna get so mad they're gonna jump on Big E.
Big
That's
E's
what's
going to
gonna
have
happen.
apologizing to do.
He ain't
Big E's gonna have
apologizing to nobody. You know who's gonna be apologizing, right? Is the Intercontinental Champion. That's the guy that's gonna be apologizing because his number is over, especially against Bobby Lashley. I still don't like this match, but it is what it is. All right, United States Champion versus Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, which is the biggest mouth right now in the current roster, going against the toughest man right now. United States Champion Bobby Lashley. Hector, who you got, man?
I'm going with Bobby Lashley. I mean, I know they faced off a couple of years back, and I know Sami Zayn got his little antics, his little weasel ways. But if it's just straight up one-on-one, I don't know how he's going to weasel himself out. I mean, I know he did it against Apollo Crews, but this is not Apollo Crews. This is Bobby Lashley, the CEO of the Hurt Business. So I think Bobby Lashley's smart enough to stay away from his little antics and beat him.
I agree with you, Hector. Bobby Lashley is going to win, but this is my prediction to steal the show. This is my prediction for the match of the night. This is going to be great. Sami Zayn is going to try his little weasel tactics, as you said, and he's going to try to steal a win away. But overall, Bobby Lashley is just going to overpower him and get it done. Also, I expect the Hurt Business to play some sort of a factor in this. So I do expect Bobby Lashley to win, but I think the storytelling of this match with Sami Zayn trying to steal a win, but not end up doing it in the end will be great.
All right.
Match of the night? Really?
Yes, sir.
Match of the night? Dude, come on. Bobby Lashley's going to beat the crap out of this guy. He's not going to do too much. How could this be your match of the night? I mean, I'm taking Bobby Lashley. But match of the night? No way.
So we got 3 going for Bobby Lashley. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, absolutely not. I'm going for the Intercontinental Champion. Yes, I am. Sami Zayn is going to play a slick one. If you saw what happened on SmackDown against Apollo Crews, he's going to do something. Look, it's trending, right? The ladder match to win the Intercontinental Championship. What did he have to do to climb that ladder and get that belt? Look at what he did to Apollo Crews. Something's going to happen, okay? And if the Hurt Business is there surrounding the ring, I'm sorry, that even more convincing that Sami Zayn is going to win. And he's going to laugh about it. And Sami Zayn is going to brag about it for the next couple of weeks, probably all the way till the Royal Rumble, to say how he beat Bobby Lashley, how he is the best and everything else. He's probably the only one that's going to give a point to Team SmackDown. Or maybe the second point. I don't know. All right? But I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Sami Zayn got a trick up his sleeves and find a way to beat Bobby Lashley. I'm just saying.
I think it's more about the titles instead of the personnel who's facing in the ring. You know, the Intercontinental title has always been more prestige than the United States title. And I think this is an opportunity for Bobby Lashley to make that belt a little bit more relevant for one night over the Intercontinental title. I've always loved this title. I always will. You know, I think it's the important belt in WWE. But I think this one night, I think he's going to make that new United States title more relevant, and I think that's why he's going to win.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because Sami Zayn's first promotion about this match was the Intercontinental Champion worldwide versus the United States Champion just there in the U.S. You know, he had to put a map on it. Mm-hmm. So that's another reason why I'm going for Sami Zayn. He know what he's doing. He know what he's doing. All right. So the main event, we got Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. You know, after I saw SmackDown how Drew McIntyre went in there and confront Roman Reigns and he had a match, I was already convinced, you know what? This guy's going to be Randy Orton and we're going to have a new match. These two already have history with one another. Roman Reigns owns Drew McIntyre. Okay? And now, if you follow my other podcasts, sometimes history doesn't repeat itself. We could find a big surprise here, but I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll pick first. I'm still going for Roman Reigns. This guy is chilling. He's relaxed. He doesn't have to match anybody to get where he's at. He's already called the chief. He's handled his business. This is his throne. This is his empire, you know. And like he told Drew McIntyre, you got to get one of these, right? Got to get a championship belt to go against me. Now, Drew did it. And that was one hell of a match he had with Randy Orton. But it might not repeat again. And that's why I say Roman Reigns, who also was the last man standing last year in the Survivor Series, he has a lot of success. There's no titles on the line. Roman Reigns will beat Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this whole tribal chief thing has really gotten to his head. And with Paul Heyman as his advocate, you know, I just don't see him losing this match. I know there's a big high with Drew McIntyre. He's got the real belt wrapped around his waist, while the tribal chief, he got the fake belt. Honestly, I'm going to call it that, because the WWE title is the WWE title. Universal title, to me, is just a fake version of it. But he's got
the secondary title.
Whatever. I mean,
yeah.
Forever in a day, WWE, WWF only had one heavyweight title, and that was what he's got around his waist. But in this match, I mean, it's just going to catch up to Drew McIntyre. I think look at that face. I mean, Roman Reigns is out for business. You know, he's not going to play no games, and he's not going to take it lightly. But he's going to wind up beating Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I got Roman too. He's very, very high right now. He's very, very up there, and this is going to be a great match. This is the two faces of each brand going at it. But Roman, he's just got that mean streak. Roman is just it right now for the WWE. He is my top superstar right now. With the stuff with Jay was all right, not the best, but it obviously expanded onto what we have now. And maybe Jay might come out and help Roman, maybe Jimmy, who knows? We've seen Jimmy a lot lately. So in the past pay-per-views. But Roman is going to get this win. Who knows? Randy Orton might come and try and get a little bit of revenge on Drew. I don't know, but what I do know is Roman Reigns is going to win this.
Okay, you say that, but don't forget about Sheamus.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm very curious as to how is this storyline already developing between them two, because Sheamus is giving all these hints to Drew McIntyre about, you know, finding himself, his old self, the meaning of the purpose why he is there. You know, he actually gave him the sword, you know, for a reminder of how it was back in the days, you know, that he is the true warrior. He is the Scottish psychopath, the Scottish superstar, and everything else. I don't know. Like, I'm bewildered a little bit of how that's going to develop once after the Survivor Series is over. Is Sheamus and Drew going to be tag teams, or is there something to where maybe Sheamus wants that taste of the title, and now we're going to have two Scottish people going after one another? I don't know, man. But that's going to be a great storyline to this. And already Sheamus is the heel of the business. Why not?
That would be awesome.
I mean, who else is next in line really to battle Drew McIntyre after Survivor Series? I don't think that we're going to have another Randy Orton match. I think that chapter is already closed. Mm-hmm. But who else could be in line? You know, and I really don't want to see a tournament to see who's the number one contender. I want a big storyline to develop to where, all right, Drew versus somebody because there's history. You know what I mean?
The bro kick versus the Claymore. That'd be awesome.
Look at that. I don't pick the bro kick on this one.
I don't want the Claymore. I mean, either way. A big boot to the face either way.
Listen, my pick on this match is going to be Roman Reigns with his special advisor, not his advocate. So it's Roman Reigns on this.
Special advisor. Are
Yes,
you
that's
saying
what,
the Usos are going to be
no.
involved?
Paul Heyman is not his advocate. Paul Heyman has been his
it's
special
the
advisor.
same
Hector.
thing.
I'm
Dude,
correcting Hector
Paul
on that.
Heyman, Paul Heyman's not going to interfere with the match. He
No, Paul
hasn't
Heyman's
done
not
it with
gonna
Brock
interfere.
Lesnar. He's not
Paul
going to do
Heyman-
it with him.
I never said he was going to interfere.
He wants to throw
I
spots.
was just, I want to throw my stats, and I was just correcting Hector. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I've missed you guys. So
Well, we don't miss you no more, so you can leave. All right. No. Oh man. Hey, there's a lot of possibilities, but hey, stories can change, and as we get closer to Survivor Series, who knows what's gonna happen. Like I said, we still need Team SmackDown, both men and women, to be finalized. We hope that by Friday that things will be settled and we'll find out who they are. But I'll tell you what, come Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have our 15-minute pre-show. And we're definitely going to tell you our entire picks to include what we discussed today. And the winner, once again, will hold the title all the way till the new year. So that's right. This Sunday will be our last episode of the season. And we will start with a new season in January when we get ready for the Royal Rumble. So thank you guys. Thanks everyone for watching. And once again, check us out, hhwshow.com. And also you can find us on Clovercrest Media with all kinds of podcasts. Check it out, clovercrestmedia.com and hhwshow.com. On behalf of everybody here, I'm Ovi Muniz. Thank you for watching the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.
Visit the HHWShow.com sportscast where you can find all the news, rumors, updates, and predictions from the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, all 4 downs, join about the G-Men, and keys to the city. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the place to do it. Starting at $15 a month, you can get unlimited hosting and $50 a month for the full package. Visit clovercrestmedia.com for more information.
A big thank you to the StreamYard for their fine streaming service. On behalf of HHW crew, I am Ovi Muniz. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.